Oh, sugar, here we go again. We got Sanhok coming up, and the madness will continue. We've seen a military base zone ending. We've seen a Miramar craziness.
Yep.
We've seen teams that were never doing anywhere near the numbers they were today, that just didn't exist last week for them. And now we're sat in a situation where I actually don't have an answer to anything that will happen on Sanhok. We had 2 games where it went over towards the same location over on the far western side, in between the coves, right? The bit where it just allows for multiple teams to spray you down. But when it comes to Sanhok this time around, MOOPHEUS, this is where you need to now pick up all those points you're missing off, because you're down in 16th place, lads.
Even though BetterLuckNxTime had done a great job at the end of last week to get closer to the teams ahead of them, and it's nothing against BetterLuckNxTime, but it's like to go drop down to 16th, it's like, come on, guys, we know you're better than that. We know what you guys can do.
Yeah.
And it is Sanhok.
They know it as well. I think that's the main thing, right? Yep. That must be the most frustrating thing.
Yeah.
You've done this, you've seen it, but something's not working out. And it's, again, I was willing to give teams a break on the first week. Now we're here. It's like, come on, you're running out of options, you're running out of time. We're on game 21 of a total of 48. We're nearly breaching the halfway mark, Cormac, and that's almost the point of no return for some of these teams. You don't want
to annoy James. I'll tell you that much. You won't like him when he's angry. Now, the team that we definitely will be looking out for has got to be ELGIGANTEN. Got to be the focus. The reason why is because they've been kings of Sanhok. 2 of their wins have come in Sanhok. They got 60 points in 5 games. They've really stood on top. They've conquered the jungle of Sanhok. I want to see how they rotate. I want to see how they deal with whatever phase, whatever circles come out in this game.
Beautiful thing is, it doesn't matter what plane you get, we generally get everyone to go where they need to go. So it stands off as like a good start overall.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're going for a different style of approach now. Down south and slightly more towards the east. But this is an interesting one for BetterLuckNxTime, because they've never been gifted such an opportunity like this on Sanhok just yet. And they had such a good killing game last time around. Yep. So maybe they just sit here and allow teams to roll up onto them, and they'll be ready for it all.
Well, it's the high ground of the cave. Or if you're above the cave, they don't have to really worry about the teams going around the south, unless somebody like Last Crew, who we know loves to get in a boat and rotate into circle from that way. That could go against them, but it is definitely important that because they are in a bit of a 2-2 split or 2-1-1, that BetterLuckNxTime join forces as that full squad, so they don't get. There's a higher chance that they don't get caught out, that they don't get kind of third party. But tell you what, for the teams that have landed up north, it is going to be a little bit tougher because Sanhok is smaller, right? So you don't have the super easy access into the edge of the circle from the left or right side that we see in other maps like Miramar or Erangel. So it is definitely going to be a little bit tougher.
Now, PGA team, we've not seen any incredible performances today, but it's still been that consistency thrown in there. I think the previous Miramar game was the worst game for them so far today. Other than that, they've still been able to pick up kills. But when it comes to some teams like Tornado, we still need to see that little bit extra from them, a slight bigger push if they want to make it to another stage further.
Well, Tornado Energy, they've only scored 13 points in the Sanhok games that we've had so far. So they're a team that will, let's say, hypothetically have benefited from Sanhok not being included. But, hey, look, it's here, so you got to adapt.
Yeah.
2 teams that have also looked pretty good is InsideGames and who you just mentioned, PG18. They've both scored 41 points in the 5 games. But, yeah, definitely Tornado Energy, they really need to grab hold of Sanhok a little bit better. They land in ruins. Ruins is always a nice spot to drop in because there's a lot of loot. It generally has pretty easy access into circles when you rotate quickly enough. And we know how strong Tornado Energy are as a team.
We just need to see it that little bit more. We need to see them pull off a Unity, because Unity looked like a whole different team today. We got to see Unity win the Erangel game, come second in the next Erangel game. And then when did they just finish on Miramar? Like, it was a bit of a rough one.
They got 0 points.
Okay, 0 points then for that. So it's not the end of the world. But if they can now have a good Sanhok game, then they'll probably be our biggest improvement from one week to another. When you look at teams like QuickMath, they still chime in. They still have their moments.
Yep.
But Sanhok, again, has not been a great game for them.
No, it really hasn't been the strongest map for QuickMath. In general, like they've gotten 16 points in Sanhok. In total in the 5 games. It's nothing super impressive. So QuickMath, again, a team where they've shown signs of strength, but they just hasn't clicked like we've seen from other teams around them.
Let me tell you this, Cormac, while we've got some time. So I was talking to some team players that are in PEL at the moment.
Okay.
And I was talking about that. I'm not going to name them because they don't want to be named.
Fair
but I was
enough.
talking about their things on Sanhok. Some of them literally said that, oh, here we go. Bit of a spray down. Uberka's actually going to get the knock onto KnorkiS. I'll come back to what I'm saying. Marcelek, he's doing his best to stay alive. KnorkiS innocently finished off. Uberka, nicely done. D's to help him out as well. The damage comes in, and Quizzy's going to find himself going down, but he was split up further away from the rest of the Unity players who have just come down to help him out a bit, but Jokers are there.
Down the south side, trying to make their way safely into the circle. Sorry, not the south side, on the east side from the northeast, trying to make their way safely into the circle. Snoopy is going to try and pop shots off. Does connect onto the boom, so retaliation pops through, but the peek from Seth, will he be able to find Snoopy? Puts him down to 47 health, but he swiftly backs away.
Yeah, Orange on the reply of that straight away. It always happens when you say, oh, there's not much going on right now. We're going to talk about this, and then all of a sudden, madness starts to happen. The point I was making, some of the PEL teams I was speaking to, there's some teams who just will not practice Sanhok. They don't even, they're literally just not practicing it, right?
Okay.
But there's other teams, one player told me, they have only practiced Sanhok because they're so confident in their Miramar and Erangel. So they're not even, like, in public games practicing anything else. So they're trying to get themselves in the best spot for it. I'm in the mindset that if you're going to do it that way, you should never just focus on one map because you kind of forget a little bit on the other stuff. But maybe you cut down, say you practice 8 games a day, right?
Yeah.
You do, I don't know, 5 of those games on one day, all Sanhok, 2 games of Erangel, 1 Miramar, and then keep swapping it around.
Yep.
And then, so every day is 5 or 4 games on Sanhok, and then do 2 and 1 for the other maps.
I know you don't want to name the teams, but is it paying off for the teams that are practicing solely Sanhok?
Given how my weekend went, I can't tell you the stats on what they did on that.
Fine, it's fine. I hope it did at least, because at least in PEL, like it's about 24% of the whole phase, which is big. And I think in the contenders, it's roughly about the same. I know in group stage it was about that.
But it's interesting to see how different teams do it. I don't know many of the American teams, but I'd love to speak to the American team and see what they're doing with it as well.
Yes.
And I'd love to see what Recrent can do from here, because he's going to get the finish off onto Ensalenso. He knows exactly where the next player is, but his dupes are going to walk into his crosshair. Ubix is going to find him regardless, and PG-18. This is a monstrous start already. 5 kills once this one comes in, and they're not done yet. They're still within the circle, and that 5th kill did come in. The nade connects.
They've got to be careful. There is Northern Lights and InsideGames to the east and the north of them, respectively. You also have Tempest around there, but Tempest have got to be careful. Quarry is always an interesting spot. The phase 2 did still shift down south, so a lot of water is occupied by about 30 to 40%, including the river. And you're going to have teams like YMCA entering in through Painan, as QuickMath are going to be taken out in 15th place.
I'm loving this confidence from PG-18. I know that was only one player, but it's just they just dealt with the whole of QuickMath so swiftly there.
They took down 2 members of ELGIGANTEN rotating through as well, so they're so confident in all their shots. Now, look, we've seen this from PG-18, but, you know, to hold on to the top spot, they want to get it. They want to get those points, and they're showing it as Tempest are trying to connect onto Airstation. Mike Hugstar gets taken out by Wookie Bookie. I've just got to hold on behind those rocks.
You saw that Wookie was taking the shot, couldn't make that final one connect, but good positions here for Tempest. They need to be careful of the Northern Lights players trying to run up on them at the same time. They don't want to find themselves too focused on one individual fight. PG-18 now sending it, this time for InsideGames. Recrent tries to spray away there. A few misses coming in, but he delivers onto Odstrelovac, who's going to be forced away instantly here. Zampeek, He's still around, but he hasn't shown himself just yet. The nade comes out and Pixel goes down. Yubica's looking for it as well. And PG18, they just seem to have all the information they need to look in the correct directions.
They're also playing so well as a team. You saw the shots being popped out, and these had so much space to fire the grenade and get that knockdown. Really excellently played by PG18, but seniks from InsideGames, you can't deny what InsideGames can do. And he catches them out, takes down Recrent. Wander and These are going to try and flank around. Odstrelovac and Zampeek are there, but Zampeek only has a 3. Catches onto These. These gets knocked out. What looks so strong for PG18 is suddenly being turned around by InsideGames.
They had Yubica in the back lines there, but it's just not enough. He couldn't see it from all the angles. And the problem you had here for PG18 was the players that were there further up. They were pushing into the fights, and Yubica couldn't provide cover fire. So you're taking fights and then utilizing one of your players completely useless.
I get why Yubica was up in the kind of sniper tower, but if you're not there, like you said, providing that cover fire, rendering yourself a little bit useless.
It's not even about him providing cover fire. He was doing his job. It's the rest of his teammates moving too far out of his... he can't defend them, right? Because he's not going to go and move his position to benefit them when he's already got himself in that spot, which is ideal. They should have been waiting then for them to come to them. PG18 pushed too far forward. They were confident. I love it. But that was too confident. And what do you do when you're too confident? You overextend. We talk about it time and time again.
Yeah, that's very, very good point indeed. But they still got roughly about 5-6 kills, I think, in the end. So even though they're going to get 0 placement points,
probably still make top 8.
Points, still points.
Probably still make top 8 as well, won't they? Just like, just be one of them things like 8th place, 0 placement points, 6 kills. PG18.
Pretty much.
Quote me, chat. Quote me.
Now we have 13 teams. The Milky Way down south. You have 3D Max there spread out between Camp Charlie on the outside of it, looking for last crew. Offstring was connected onto by Rip, and then Furax comes in and said, okay, we heard you shooting. We're going to take shots at you.
Moon and Tab. They're looking at this and going, what's the best way? Now, Moon's in a vehicle. Tab's jumped in his as well. They're going to roll across Unity, and his shot's going to come out towards him. They're holding on to the coastline. They'll just move straight in, actually. This isn't too bad at all. I thought that would be a lot worse for them.
I thought that would as well, but they because it's a coastline, it just kind of dips down a little bit, so they're able to protect themselves. Now, Uni will still have heard the shots, right? So, you know, they'll get information, but maybe not enough that Jokers will be able to... stay in a strong position. As BetterLuckNxTime, they moved away from Cave. They have the compound on a river just down below Painan. You also have team moves on the opposite side of the river, overlooking them. They will have heard the shots, but they're looking in the direction of Tornado Energy, who are up in the north side.
Now, Moops, this is your time to come alive. With 47 players in it, 13 teams remaining. This is where I want to see them get up to their old tricks again, and they are central within this. Unity still able to get some knocks. This time they're taking down Clib. The nade goes out towards Snoopy. The spray down's coming in, and Nuctiv's looking to do all the damage here, but can they get the finish-offs in? They do not want these kills stolen away. Unity have had a generally good day today, and now the nades come out. But Moon is sneaking up behind him, and this could be devastating, especially if they're trying to res Snoopy as the smokes go down in front of him.
I can't help but giggle when I see Moon move. Honestly, it's just because I know he's looking for something. He's such an aggressive player. He'll look to take an advantage at every chance he gets. But is he just a little bit too slow to the party, so to speak? Is he a little bit too far away? I think it's a bit too much downhill, and he looks to disengage. But I like the fact that he was looking for it, right? He heard those shots. Quick response just didn't work out for now.
Moon has got the elegance and the suave of James Bond, but the deadly assassin mode of Hitman.
Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a description. Somebody just clip that and send that to him. Because, that was just beautiful. Beautiful.
Because like James Bond, like, he kills people, but he does it, he's like, I'm just the best, I kill people. Where Hitman does it in, like, I'm an absolute monstrous beast, and that's what Moon is. But everything he does, he's just, that movement there. He walked up, he saw what was going on, went, not the time there. Just cruise on back. And that was that suave, elegant style of, I don't need this right now. I'll take it later.
I'll just go back and have my martini, shaken not stirred.
I'll come back and finish him off.
Well, no, but it does actually say a lot, right? Because we mention it every now and again of how sometimes as Jazza and Airstation Mike, they're looking for Northern Lights. I'll get back to that point in a bit as the battle ensues against the blue zone, trying to make it into the north side of the circle. It pushes down. The circle shifts down to the southwest. Very hard for the teams like Airstation Mike and Northern Lights.
Is anyone even going to try and help fake out? Not even going to work out if they wanted to. Jazza was waiting for a second, but that nade came far too close. Perfectix will get the kill, and the rest of Airstation Mike will try and get the hell out of there. But they need to be careful because this gives Northern Lights the hill, and they can just shoot down on them. So the moment they found an opening, they'll be able to take some shots at them directly. Unity, now looking around. Need to be careful of Moon's position.
Look at TheTab as well.
They could be being pushed into a little trap here if they're not too careful. 3D Max down in the south could take a lot of controllers here.
Surprised they aren't pushing for a bit more control in the south side. You still have 2 members outside the circle, but could look in the direction of both Unity and Jokers if they do have the right level of vision. As Zampeek from InsideGames connects onto Perfectus with the grenade. I was trying to kind of mention that Northern Lights, they pushed Airstation Mike away, but they weren't looking too far behind because InsideGames were there and they've pushed their way forward looking for Northern Lights.
Oh, seniks, he took a few shots and then the blue crept up on him. Now he's taking more damage from deep. Northern Lights looking to finish him off here. He's barreled out a nade, but it doesn't connect to anyone. seniks down on the floor now, and this is not what InsideGames want. Odstrelovac and Zampeek, they can't do anything to try and save him. A headshot is landed onto deep, but is it going to be enough? They're just going to fall back from this because they know this circle damage is too strong, but okay, bro's position! How did he pull off that shot? Okay, bro, just got absolutely rinsed by Zampeek, and that was millimeter perfect.
I gotta say, he probably shouldn't have, but he did. However, Northern Lights do get taken out in 10th place. That was so close, but brilliant play by InsideGames in the end.
Now, we've joined the running simulator right now because there's so many teams that aren't in the circle that what they were doing is fighting and then running away from the blue every step of the way. Airstation Mike have just been finished off by Unity. Nuctive back on it again. Unity have only 2 players up within it. It's Nuctive and Snoopy, both the players who used to be on Avangard. They've got that team synergy. They've got that teamwork. They're used to being in battles like this. If you guys knew what the old oh my God, Artix! Tab popped up, Tab went down. He's going to wish he never did that because Jokers just went out in 8th.
See, and it's so hard for Uni, though, because they've got to try and cross the bridge.
Yeah.
They have teammates looking right in their direction. You have YMCA trying to crash into where Tornado Energy are. Last Crew have the circle. They're spread out quite nicely as a full squad, but 3D Max, we talked about them being on the south side. They can push on through and put a lot of pressure onto the likes of AK Skills. And even better look next time in the northeast side.
I'm a little bit worried for Moops here. They've got 4 alive still, Cormac, but I haven't seen them get a single kill. Maybe they have 1 or 2. I can't be 100% sure, but I'm feeling like they've lost that confidence, that spark we saw when they were playing in Group B.
Similar to kind of what we saw from Airstation Mike in week 1, but Double does connect onto Nuctive. So, you know, it could be proving you wrong, James. It's a start, but you got to turn it into a kill.
Headshots. That is 3 in a row, Tornado.
Beautiful.
They deliver it. Kajoti's coming around the side. He might just hide it up now and realize that I'm not going to be saving my teammates, but maybe I can catch them rotating backwards because they're going to have to walk past me to get in that circle, these Tornado players.
True, but he should... Okay, so I actually think that's a wise play coming out from Kajudi because he's in the shack and that is definitely more protection than being out in the open.
Snoopy using the first aid kit, trying to keep himself going. See if he can do any damage here. He's taking 5 damage per tick. Oh, that's nice. First few shots landed. This could really upset the Moops. First aid kit going to be popped. Hawkey's been able to hide himself up a little bit further here. 3D Max still with 4 players, the same for Last Crew. Moops also have 4, but they're under fire.
Better look next time we're on the east side. They have 3 players up. YMCA are taken out. They go out in 7th place. Valiant effort for them, Sanhok. Tornado Energy, I said they needed to do better in Sanhok, and they are doing it for now in the circle.
Oh. Example lands it. Snoopy was hoping he could move away in time and die out to the zone, but Moops now coming alive. They're taking it to Tornado, but people need to remember where 3D Max and Last Crew are. They're down in the south. They've been here for quite some time, and Last Crew's compound is still within the circle, as is the Crate. And actually, Last Crew's the only team within the circle. Moops instantly are moving out. They're just going to go straight and take control. 3D Max now need to react off here, but they all need to be careful of better luck next time.
Yep.
They may have been silent on the eastern side, allowing the other teams to fight around them, but they could be such a nuisance for everyone else.
True, but the unfortunate thing I find for BetterLuckNxTime, unless they do the rotating that I think they're looking to do, which is heading up north, is if they go into the east side, they're going to be pinched by 2 or 3 teams, depending on the vision that they have around them. So that could go against BetterLuckNxTime. And now Timu's, they got the initial shots onto Tornado Energy. They can push them against the blue zone and just wait and hold it out, and they will be able to dominate the north side of this circle, because they are still a full squad.
That's a good start for Moops. Now up at 3 kills. So when I said about it, they had 0, because now they've picked up the 3.
Yeah.
Double's got to be so careful here. Example waiting for him will straight away finish him off. But Example's taking blue damage. It's only going to take a couple of shots to finish him off. He can't take it for too much longer. He's not going to try and hold on to it. He'll just let himself die out. Tornado in 5th place for this one.
But with a bunch of kills. And as I said, considering their performance in Sanhok up until this point, very good game. And actually an overall solid day for Tornado Energy.
Now, BetterLuckNxTime have worked their way down south. That's 3D Max, Last Crew, and BetterLuckNxTime all in a similar spot. This is not a fight you want to be a part of, but if you're Moops, you're loving life because they're all fighting each other. Moops is coming down south as well. They want to get involved in this action, but 3D Max, they've done the job. They've been the cleanup duty. They've wiped the blood of all these players on the grass, and now they're just hungry for more, looking for Last Crew.
That's crazy coming out from BetterLuckNxTime and 3D Max. 3D Max in particular looking very aggressive. BetterLuckNxTime just down to 1 member. That's Fate, who's on the east side. 3D Max, they've rotated down to south. They're looking for Last Crew, who did lose a member in the craziness that we did see. Mook, Jappy, and Rip still left standing. Just shots being fired by Mook. They were a little bit all over the place, James.
The problem here for Last Crew is Rip is so far away, and if he can't join back up with him, because if he pops out, there's a chance Moops might shoot him.
Very true indeed. He's
3D
going to
Max.
try and be last man standing as Phantom connects onto Jappy.
What a move here by 3D Max. They're outnumbering them, and they continue to push forward. It's only 4 kills so far, but they'll look to clean up the rest of them. KnorkiS starting to charge round. He wants to finish off Jappy. He does not want any of these kills being stolen away, but how are they going to find the rest of them? Fate now worked his way around, but he is closer towards the Moops players. The other Last Crew players fallen back towards Rip, which puts them into a better team fight if they want to handle it. 3D Max, though, now onto Moops. They get their first 2 knocks, and this is not what Moops would have wanted. Moops wanted to take the fight to 3D Max, but 3D Max was ready and waiting.
Nice return fire. Nice response coming out from 3D Max as BetterLuckNxTime are eliminated. 6 kills for 3D Max. Make that 7 in a matter of minutes.
Kador, and he knows this is not what he wanted to be fighting off against. He needs to let Last Crew get involved. Rip will help them out just a tad here. He finds the knock onto Phantom, but will he get the kill? Nades going up, but no players going down just yet. KnorkiS keeping his eyes open, looking all around, because he knows he doesn't want to get sideswiped. Kadoran could be such a huge, devastating factor in this fight on who gets placed where.
Oh, can Rip find the shots? Nope. Last Crew get eliminated in 3rd place. Now it comes down to a 4v1 scenario as Kadoran tries to find the shots off. Is going to peek on through. Gets taken out of 3 health. Will most likely go down to the play zone, denying that point. A win for 3D Max to end today's games.
10 kills and 10 points, an extra 20 for 3D Max, who we said had been quiet today. And the thing is, it's not like some of the other teams where we said they've been quiet for quite some time. 3D Max have had good games. I can't complain about anything they've done overall, but it was good for them to still show up today just on this last game. Moops looking slightly better, a 2nd place, but only 3 kills. It was very passive for them, and I'm going to come back to saying it. I feel like they've lost that confidence on this map. They had so much when you're going and looking at their Sanhok games where they would just be confident, run forward, have kills, act like a pure team unit. This time, yes, they had the circle, but even when they did push out, there was almost like that bit of doubt you saw in the fights they were taking.
And even when you consider the fact that, and again, at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter because Sanhok is included, that's it. But if you took away in the group stages their points that they got from Sanhok, they wouldn't have actually made it through to the finals stage. They've been kind of weak on Erangel and Miramar compared to other teams around them. So they needed to hold on to their dominance in Sanhok, and they haven't really done it.
Just some of the plays here from Unity when they're taking on Tempest that we missed out when we kind of joined the fights halfway through. That was a really nice play from Orange, just in the spray down and how he held it. Last Crew certainly looked good in this game as well.
They did.
It really was anyone's game towards the end there. But 3D Max, they were maneuvering on that eastern side. They went down south. They went a little bit more towards the west. Then they came back down south. Then they went up north from the eastern side. And they were just doing like a smiley face, right? They were just drawing a smiley face with their little footprints everywhere, taking on all the fights from different directions. But you got to say, Moops did help them out a significant amount there at the end.
Like it was kind of you had the kind of the valley, and then you had the high ground either side, and the last member, BetterLuckNxTime, was there. Team Moops went in on. It was downhill. You should have been a little bit more aware. Maybe Team Moops were kind of a little bit tunnel visioned at that point, other than K Doran, who was kind of on his own. And yeah, that went a little bit against Team Moops in the end.
Now, in terms of what we think Team Moops can do going forward in the future, I think the main thing for them is let's be confident, all right?
Yeah.
Let's bring back that start. Or maybe they just need to take a step back and relax a bit, right? They need to sit there and say, okay, we did so well in Group B.
Yep.
It's getting bad now. Let's stay positive. Let's get ourselves mentally strong. Continue that fight forward because they're not done yet. There's still so much to see.
Yeah, there's still loads of games, right? So they have every chance to just kind of evolve and grow and get used to the teams around them a bit more. But we've seen really nice provisions. We've seen improvements, should I say, from teams that faltered in last week. Even Tornado Energy getting some solid results.
Now, Milky Way and ELGIGANTEN, especially ELGIG, where we spoke how well they'd done on Sanhok last week.
Yep.
0 points apiece for these guys. Airstation Mike only walking away with 1. And even then, though, like Northern Lights Jokers YMCA 4-3-2. But this is where it gets interesting. And what did I say, PG18? What did I say? Top 8 would definitely be there. Top 8 with 7 kills and no placement points. Why not?
Well, they really took it to the teams around them, and it's worked out for them. 3D Max getting 10 more points than the team lowest to them, that is Unity, getting 10 points. So the kills were, and the points were very nicely spread out from the top 8.
That was huge for Unity, though. This day was brilliant for them.
It was.
What a turnaround. You went from 16th to 11th. I don't know what they're going to be on the standings after this one either.
I think they scored about 45 points in 4 games today, if I'm not mistaken, between 35 and 45 points.
Crunch those numbers. I'll be tuning in tomorrow to understand exactly how it all worked out because these guys certainly put on an impressive performance. That today was a better performance than their entire week last week if you tried to put all of it together.
And that included 0 point in Miramar. So you got to say that even if they had scored points in Miramar, it would have been even better. But for the 3 games that they scored points in, they really made it count. And hey, look, for what you need, good work for Unity.
I'm really loving Orange Snow.
Yeah.
Should have called himself Yellow Snow, though. Would have been a better option. But he did have that great spray. Like, literally, the way he held that fight, like, the spray down was perfect. He didn't even have high ground. He was shooting upwards. He handled it really well. And look, they've gone from 16th to 9th in a day.
And look at 3D Max as well, though. They've gone from 3rd to 2nd. They've just overtaken PG18. It's very close in the standings. And that's the thing, like, Team Moops had a better day. Tornado Energy had a better day.
Yeah.
So teams are really progressing a bit more. Like, even like Milky Way didn't really have the strongest of days. PG18 had solid results, but nothing that was outstanding. Same with 3D Max and even Airstation Mike. So, like I said, the teams are just definitely getting closer together.
And that's what we want to see, right? We're coming into the second week, running out of games for these guys to play. We will be having 4 more games coming in tomorrow. but I'm done for this week. I had to get all of my madness out in one day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You will have lovely Gio joining you tomorrow. So Gio, she will be coming in and filling in my place. I've got my son here in Ukraine. We had a family emergency, which means I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm also supposed to go to another event, but I will be back next week, and I will be back to enjoy all the PUBG action. But I'll be joining you boys and girls in Twitch chat all the way. Keep an eye on Cormac, making sure he understands what 1337 and other words mean. Don't worry, I'll be there just educating you out. Just type it in Twitch chat the whole time.
I'm going to expect a load of messages from James saying this, mention this.
You guys point out to him as well. Make sure you
kick my ass.
There we go. At least he understands he needs it to kicking every now and again and put him in the right direction.
Of course.
But no, it's been a good day overall. I want to see if Unity can keep things going. Yeah. I want to see if Moops can hopefully make a big improvement. Tornadoes certainly need to ramp it up a little bit further. But overall, PG18 looking solid overall. Airstation might continue to do what they do best. And 3D Max, even if they don't have great games all throughout the day, to have a win like that at the end and on top of what they've been able to achieve, certainly looks good for them. Let's see how it all goes down tomorrow. Thank you as always for tuning in, guys. Have a wonderful evening wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And everyone will see you tomorrow.